Hello and welcome. My name is Savannah. Thank you so much for joining me for class today. This class is a strength and flow class, so we will be moving through various postures to strengthen the body. We will be keeping a constant pace throughout class. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and share this video. That means a lot to me. Thank you for your support. Let's begin when you are ready by lying down on your back. Take up lots of space on your mat. Legs can go long, arms can go long as well. Or if it feels better for you, the knees can be bent, feet down on the mat. Eyes can be open or closed. Make any movements or adjustments that you need to in order to settle in and come to a place of stillness. Feel your breath moving in and feel your breath moving out. Allow your breath to flow easily and effortlessly. And let your breath guide you through your practice today. Feel your body soften down onto your mat. Be open to receiving. And be open to all of the possibilities and opportunities that exist around you. Begin to breathe a little bit deeper. Filling up with air. Breathing in whatever you need right now. And then letting it all go as you breathe out. Begin to wiggle into your fingers and toes, bringing some small movements into the body. Reach your arms up overhead, stretch long from the fingers all the way down to the toes. And then bring your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your knees, and rock a little bit from side to side. From here, plant your feet down onto the mat, making sure that you can just reach for the heels with your fingers. Pressing down into your feet, arms alongside your body. Lift your hips up, and as you lift your hips up, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, lower the hips down, lower the arms back down alongside your body. Inhale, lift the hips up, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, lower down. Let's continue just like this. Inhale, lift. Exhale to lower. One more time here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower the hips and the arms down. Now keeping the arms alongside the body, lift your hips up nice and high. Grounding down into the feet. Let's hold it right here for just a couple of breaths before we add on. Good. From here, grounding down into your left foot. Bring your right knee towards your chest. So the right foot will lift up off of the ground, right knee towards the chest. Lower the foot back down. Right foot will ground down to the mat. Left foot will lift up. Bring the left knee towards your chest. Keep pressing down into your right foot. Lower the left foot down. Switching from side to side. Right knee will lift up towards the chest. Right foot lowers down. Left knee will lift up. Lower it down. Right foot will lift up. Lower it down. Left side. Right side. You can begin to pick up the pace. Make sure that you keep your hips lifted up nice and high as we do this. Let's do one more on each side. Right side, and then the left side here. Good. Lower the left foot down. Lower your hips down with control slowly down to the mat. From here, inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale, lower down. Moving on from here, lift your hips up, ground down into the left foot. Lift your right leg up high to the sky so your right leg can extend straight. From here, we're going to take the right leg over to the right side into an abduction. You can take it as far to the right side as you can. Bring it back to center. Let's continue just like that. Take it over to the right, back to center. Let's do 3 more. Over to the right, back to center. Let's do 2 more. Last one here. Keep your hips lifted, back to center. Lower the right foot down to the ground. Lift your hips up. Moving right over to the other side. Left leg will lift up. Left leg extends out long. Take it over to the left side. Back to center. 4 more to go. Over to the left. Back through center. To the left side. Back to center. Let's do 2 more. 1 more time from here. Back to center. Lower the foot down. Ground down into both feet. Lift your hips up nice and high. And then lower all the way down to the ground. From here, extend your legs up to the sky. Ground your lower back down onto the mat. From here, lower your legs down about 1/3 of the way. Lower them down 2/3 of the way. Lower them down to a hover above the ground. Lift them back up. Let's continue just like that. Lower them down about 1/3 of the way, 2/3 of the way, down to a hover. Lift them back up. 1 more to go, just like that. Lower them down 1/3 of the way, 2/3 of the way, down to a hover above the ground. Lift them back up. From here, extend your left leg long on your mat. Right knee will come in towards your chest. Bring your right elbow to the right thigh. And lift your left leg up off of the ground. Lift your chest and your head and the left arm up off of the ground as well. From here, can you start to rock back and forth along your spine, keeping the knee in towards your chest, right elbow attached to that thigh. Let's do 5 more here. Find some momentum, maybe pick up the pace. Let's do 2 more. Last one here. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Rest down onto your back body. Let's go over to the other side. Right leg will go long on your mat. Bring your left elbow to the left thigh. From here, lift your right leg up to a hover above the ground. Lift your chest and your head and the right arm up off of the ground as well. And when you are ready, start to rock back and forth along your spine. Maybe picking up the pace, gaining some momentum. Keep the left knee hugging in towards your chest. Left elbow is attached to the left leg. Let's do 2 more. Last one from here. Rest down onto your back, hug your knees into your chest, and rock from side to side. From here, roll over onto one side and make your way up into a tabletop position on hands and knees. So in your tabletop, your shoulders will be over top of your wrists and your hips will be over top of your knees. Spread your fingers nice and far apart. Ground down into all 10 fingers, as well as the knees and the tops of your feet. Your toes are untucked. Good. From here, bring your hands a little bit farther out in front of you. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips up and back into your first downward facing dog of class. Pedal it out. Find any movement that feels good for you. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Come into a nice, strong, high plank. Find a nice, long line from the crown of your head all the way back to the heels of your feet. Exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. Inhale, take it through to plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up high, 3-legged dog. Walk your hands back to your left foot to the back of your mat. From here, bring your right knee into your chest as you come to stand on the left foot. Right knee into your chest. Hands can be wherever you like them. From here, coming right back where we just were, bringing the hands down onto the mat next to the left foot. Walk your hands out towards the top of your mat. Come into plank pose. Downward facing dog, lift your hips up. 3-legged dog. Let's continue just like this. Walk your hands back to the back of your mat, to the left foot. Come all the way up to stand with the right knee in towards your chest. Standing up nice and tall here. Bring your hands back down to the ground. Walk yourself out into plank pose with the right leg lifted up here. Downward facing dog, lift the hips up and back. Walk your hands back to your left foot. Back of the mat, fold down over the leg, and then come on up to stand. Right knee will come in towards your chest. Hands together at heart center or wherever else you like them. Fold down over the left leg, right leg will lift up. Walk your hands out towards the top of your mat, plank pose. 3-legged dog, lift your leg up. One more time through that flow. Walk your hands back to your left foot, back of the mat. Come on up to stand on your left leg. Right knee will come in towards your chest. Bring your hands down to the mat. Walk yourself out towards the top of your mat. Plank pose with the right leg lifted. 3-legged dog, lift your hips up and back. Good. From here, take the right foot down next to the left, downward facing dog. You can pedal it out through the legs. Find any movement that feels good for you. Let's inhale, shift it forward to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward to your hands. Exhale, step or hop your feet to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Reach the arms up. Exhale, fold right back down over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands down, step your feet back to plank pose. Take your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Let's take that flow to the other side. So your left leg will lift up. three-legged dog. Walk your hands back to your right leg, back of your mat. Come on up to stand on your right leg. Left knee will come in towards your chest. Stand up nice and tall. Ground down through your right foot. Bring your hands down to your mat. Extend your left leg back. Walk your hands out in front of you towards your high plank with the left leg lifted. Three-legged dog, left leg is lifted. Walk your hands back to your right foot. Back of the mat, fold down over the right leg. Come on up to stand with the left knee in towards your chest. Standing up nice and tall here. Bring your hands down to your mat. Walk yourself out to high plank. The left leg is still lifted. Take it back into three-legged downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to the right foot. Come on up to stand when you're ready. Hands together at heart center, and then right away, hands come back down to the mat. Left leg extends back. Walk yourself out to plank pose with the left leg lifted, three-legged downward facing dog. Walk your hands back. This is the last time we move through this flow. Come on up to stand, bringing the left knee in towards your chest. Standing up nice and tall. Bring your hands down to the mat. Walk yourself out into plank pose, keeping the leg lifted. Three-legged dog. Lift the left leg up a little bit higher. Plant the left foot back down onto the mat. Downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or hop your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold down over your legs. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, fold right back down over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Find length through the spine. Plant your hands down to your mat. Step your feet back. Plank pose, and then take it back into downward facing dog. Moving on from here, shift it forward to plank. Step your right foot forward, just a small step, followed by the left foot. Take another small step with the right foot, and then the left foot. Step it back with the right, then the left. Right, and then left, back to plank. So taking small steps towards hovering tabletop, feet towards the hands, and then back to plank. Let's lead now with the left side. Left foot, left, right, left, right, left, right. Continue just like this, going at your own pace. Switching which leg is leading each time. The next time that your knees come towards your hands, stay there in this hovering tabletop. Hips over top of your knees, shoulders over top of your wrists. Just one more breath right here. Good, set your knees down to the mat. Untuck your toes and rest it back into a child's pose. Bringing the forehead down onto the mat. Your knees can be farther apart if you like. We'll just be here for about 3 breaths. Take one more full breath here in your child's pose. Come on up into your tabletop. Bring your hands a little bit farther out in front of you. Fingers spread nice and far apart, toes tuck under. Lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Shift forward to plank, moving back into that sequence. So right foot will step forward, left foot, right foot steps forward, left, right, back, right back, left back, plank. Continue just like this. The next time that you come into hovering tabletop, stay there. Tap your right shoulder with your left hand. Bring the hand down, left shoulder with your right hand. Bring the hand down. Keep going from side to side. Let's do one more on each side. Good. From your hovering tabletop, can you kick your right foot up towards the ceiling? Lower the foot down. Left foot will kick up towards the ceiling. Lower it down. Let's do one more on each side. Good. Step your feet back to plank pose and take your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Take one more big breath here in your downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up high to the sky, three-legged dog. Bend your left knee a lot, gaze forward to your hands. Can you now try to hop your left foot in between your hands, top of your mat? Bring your hands farther out in front of your left foot. Find length through your spine. Bring your hands together at heart center. Can you find more length all the way from the heel of your right foot to the crown of your head? Good. Bring your hands down. Fingers spread nice and far apart. And can you now bend into your left knee and hop the left foot back? Downward facing dog with the right leg still lifted. Let's do that a couple more times. Bend the left knee, look forward, and hop it to the top of your mat. When you are ready, bring your hands together at heart center. Rise on up into warrior three. Think of your spine being parallel to the ground. Bring your hands down to the ground. Fingers spread nice and far apart. Bend your knee and hop it back. Downward facing dog with the right leg lifted. Bend into your left knee once again. Look forward. Hop it to the top of your mat. Find your balance here. When you're ready, bring your hands together at heart center. Lift on up into your warrior three. Bring your hands down, bend into the left knee, and hop it back into three-legged dog. Shift it forward to plank with the right leg lifted still. Lower down to your belly. From here, with the hands underneath your shoulders and the fingers spread nice and far apart. Inhale, lift yourself up into your cobra. Peel your chest up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale to lower. Let's do 3 more of those. Can you keep your elbows hugging in towards your body? 1 more time. Good. From here, tuck your toes under. You can come up through tabletop, keeping your knees down, or through a full plank, lifting the knees up. Coming up nice and strong, using your core strength and your upper body. Take it back to downward facing dog. Okay, let's try that flow on the other side. Lift your left leg up, three-legged dog. Bend your right knee a lot. Look forward to your hands. And can you try to hop the right foot in between your hands towards the top of your mat? Bring your hands a little bit further out in front of you. Find length through your spine. And then when you are ready, hands will come towards heart center. Good. Let's bring the hands right back down to the mat. Fingers spread nice and far apart. Bend into your right knee to hop the right foot back. Three-legged downward facing dog. Bend your right knee once again. Look forward. Hop it through. Come into warrior three. Allow your back body to be parallel to the ground. Can you lift your chest up a little bit more, just like we were doing in cobra? Bring your hands down to the ground, fingers spread nice and far apart. Hop the right foot back, three-legged downward facing dog. Bend your knee, hop it forward. Hands together at heart center, or they can stay down on the mat. Reach your heart forward. Extend your left heel further back behind you. Bring your hands down, bend your right knee, and hop the foot back. Three-legged downward facing dog. Shift it forward to plank. Lower all the way down to the belly. From here, bring your arms nice and far apart, out into a T. Inhale, lift everything up off of the ground. Exhale, lower. We're going to do 10 of these. Inhale, lift on up. Exhale, lower. Continue just like this, going at your own pace. Your inhale breath helps you to lift up. And your exhale allows you to move down towards the mat. Let's do 2 more. Good. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, fingers spread nice and far apart. Come on up into a tabletop. And then tuck your toes under, take your hips up and back into downward facing dog. From here, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. And then step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Bring your hands together at heart center. Sit your hips low. Come into a nice, strong squat. Come all the way up to stand. Inhale. Exhale, squat down. Bring your hands down to the mat. Step your right foot back. And then your left foot will step back. Plank pose. Downward facing dog. Let's continue like that and we'll pick up the pace. Left foot will step to the outside of the left hand. Right foot, right hand, hands together at heart center. Come on up to stand, reach your arms up. Exhale, squat down, hands come down. Left foot steps back, right foot steps back. Downward facing dog. Right foot, right hand, left foot, left hand. Hands together at heart center. Come on up to stand. Exhale, squat right back down, hands down to the mat. Right foot will step back, left foot will step back. Downward facing dog. 1 more time, starting with the left foot. Left foot steps forward, right foot steps forward. Hands together at the heart. Come on up to stand. Exhale, squat down. Hands come down, left foot steps back, right foot steps back, plank pose, downward facing dog. Pedal it out, find any movement that feels good for you. From here, shift forward to plank pose. Lower all the way down onto your belly. Extend your arms straight out in front of you. When you are ready, lift everything up off of the ground. Lift your right arm and your left leg up higher. Lower them down, left arm, right leg higher. So moving into swimmers. Left arm, right leg, and then right arm, left leg. You can pick up the pace as you get more comfortable with this movement. So it's opposite arm, opposite leg. Good. Let's do about 5 more on each side. Last one. Good. Rest everything down. Bring one hand over top of the other and rest your forehead down onto your hands. Right from here, keeping the forehead on the hands, lift your chest, your head, and your arms up, keeping the legs down on the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Do 5 more of these and then rest with the forehead on your hands. Let's take about 3 more breaths in this resting position. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Press yourself back into a child's pose. You can bring the big toes together. The knees can come closer together or further apart, whatever feels better in your body. Rest your forehead down onto the ground or onto your hands or maybe onto a book or a yoga block. Start to walk your hands towards your body as you lift yourself up to a seat. Come on over to one side, bringing your legs out in front of you. Make your way all the way down onto your back from here. Once you are on your back, bend your left knee so your left foot is down on the mat and extend your right leg up to the ceiling. Fingers can interlace to the right hamstring, to the back of the right leg, or they can walk up towards the calf or maybe even the ankle, wherever you like. If you would like more of a stretch, you can also extend your left leg long instead of keeping it bent. We'll stay here for about 4 breaths. Good. From here, hug your right knee in towards your chest. Fingers can interlace to the top of your right shin. Extend your left leg long if it wasn't already. And we'll stay here for about 4 breaths. Take 1 more breath. Release your hands off of your right shin. Bring your right foot down to your mat so the right knee is bent. Bring your left leg up towards the ceiling. Bring your hands to the hamstring or to the calf or to the ankle of the left leg. You can interlace your fingers there if you like. If you are looking for more of a stretch option, to extend your right leg long on your mat. From here, bring your left knee in towards your chest, interlace your fingers to the left shin, and extend your right leg long on your mat if it wasn't already. We'll stay here for about 5 breaths. From here, extend your left leg long. Both legs go long on your mat, arms next to your body. Take up as much space as feels good for you on your mat. And if it feels better for your low back, option to bend your knees, planting the feet down onto the mat, maybe allowing the knees to knock in towards one another. Taking some time and settling in to your Shavasana. Begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle into your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. Reach your arms up overhead, stretching long from the fingers all the way down to the toes. And then bring the knees in towards your chest. Wrap the arms around the knees. Come on over to one side. And then use a helping hand to press yourself up. Coming into a seated position to close off our class together. Take a moment to get settled into your seats. Bring your hands together at heart center. Let's take a big breath here together. Inhale. Hold it at the top. And exhale, let that breath go. Thank you so much for being here and for joining me for class today. If you enjoyed this class, it would mean a lot to me if you subscribe to my channel, if you leave a comment, if you give it the thumbs up, and if you share it. Thank you so much. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.